Welcome back to the anatomy series. In this video, we are going to be talking about the anatomy of fractions. A fraction is used to represent. It's a type of number that we use to represent a part of a whole, represent a piece of something. So fractions are they are made up of two numbers. Let's, for example, we had a fraction 2/5. Excuse me. Fractions are made up of two numbers. It's a number on top and a number on bottom. That's about it for real. The name, if you want to know, is called the numerator. The number on top is the numerator. And the denominator is down low if you want to remember it like that. But the denominator is the number, the number on bottom. And the numerator is the one on top. But every fraction consists of this. It's just this setup. This is the anatomy, and this one's extremely simple, really. You know, this is just the anatomy of every fraction that you're gonna see. What's more important than knowing the names, you don't gotta necessarily know the name of each one, but you should know what they do. The denominator, the number on bottom, the denominator lets you know how many pieces the fraction is cut up into. That might not be grammatically correct, but that's why I got my own. But yeah, so the number on bottom, that what it does is it lets you know how many pieces of the fraction, how many pieces the fraction is cut up into. If we're talking about apples, the apple will be cut up into 5 pieces, you know. And the pieces, they got to be, you know, the same size. That's another, in terms of the denominator, the pieces got to be the same size. But it could be, we cut an apple up into 5 pieces. We could cut a slice of pizza up into 5 pieces. You cut up a tree or a log into 5 equal pieces. It's but the number on bottom lets you know, again, how many pieces it's cut up into. The number on top, this is just how many we care about. And again, don't worry about the name, but it's important. The name is neither here nor there. What's important is that the understanding of what the number on top does and what it means, and what the number on the bottom of the fraction does and what that means. So the number on top, that's just how many we care about. What do we asking questions about? And so the number on top, just how many we asking questions about. That's the one we concerned with. That's the one that, you know, we discussing. And so that changes from fraction to fraction, you know. So for example, let's say we cut up an apple into 5 pieces. We asking the question. We just discussing 2 of the 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? Now what we discussing about it, that don't matter. But we just worried about what we care about is just 2 out of the 5. But now let's say this was 3 or something. Then we worry about 3 out of the 5. Let's say we cut an apple up into 5 pieces. Cut it up into 5 pieces. We worry about 3 of the 5. And We again measuring them or doing whatever with them. So that's what the number on top. So again, the anatomy of a fraction is it always consists of a number on top and a number on bottom. And what the number on top does is it lets you know how many that we care about, and the number on bottom that lets you know how many pieces is the fraction cut up into. Also, another way to think about it, this number in the middle, you can say out of. So 3 out of 5. That kind of again can illustrate what's going on with the fraction. It's a couple of things that you definitely want to keep in mind as well when dealing with fractions, that you want to understand about the anatomy of fractions. One of the more important ones, it's a few, but for this one, we're going to just talk about proper and improper fraction. So when the number on top is smaller than the number on bottom, then the fraction is less than 1. So you got the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the number on top is smaller than the number on bottom, then the fraction as a whole, if we were to put it on the number line, it would be less than 1. That's important to know. So we got 1, 2, 3, but it would be greater than 0. So just remember that. So fraction, it's less than 1. If the number on top or the number on bottom is bigger than the number on top, then it's going to be somewhere between greater than 0 but less than 1. And that's what is referred to as a proper fraction. Now, if the reverse situation is true, again, these are just things that you're going to want to know about the anatomy of fractions. And we'll do some examples in a couple of other videos. But if the number on the bottom is smaller than the number on top, that means that if we were to put the fraction on the number line, I had the sign wrong. Goddamn. But this is so if the number on bottom is smaller than the number on top, then if we put the fraction on the number line, then it's going to be larger than 1. So for the example that we just did, it should have been facing this way. Should have looked like this for the last example. But for this example right here, 5/3, because 5 is greater than 3, this fraction is going to be greater than 1 on the number line. So it'll be somewhere between 1 and 2. If we were to draw that. This would be somewhere over here. Whereas 3/5 would be somewhere over here. So this is what is referred to as improper fractions.